Goldberg, professional comedian, entrepreneur, and Emerson graduate. Welcome.
Hello, it's great to be here.
So, let me ask you a few questions. What's it like being a professional stand-up in LA? And I mean, how do you think this gig is different than, say, like 10 or 20 years ago?
Oh God, those are two great questions. Well, being a stand-up in LA, it's interesting because I'm almost more of a professional stand-up out of LA. I'll go and tour around the country, mostly playing like colleges, some clubs, but colleges and universities a lot. And when I'm in LA, I kind of use it as a home base culturally because there's a lot of really great media resources here and a lot of really great people. So I'm technically more of a professional comic when I'm out of LA, which is most of the year. I tour most months out of the year. And I guess how it's different from how it was like 20 years ago. Like 20 years ago was the end of the 80s, or I guess the beginning of the 90s. So that was like, especially in Boston, that was this incredible boom in the comedy scene where like, culturally speaking, audiences were like, hey, fuck disco, and then moved from that to like, oh, stand-up comedy, that's a great way to go out. So comedy clubs were like springing up left and right as like the equivalent of dance clubs, you know, and over the course of the next 20 years, stand-up comedy died, stand-up comedy turned into everybody getting sitcoms, stand-up comedy became alternative and then independent, and now it's sort of this delightful blend of sort of DIY, just make comedy where you want comedy to be. It's not about the venue, combined with how fruitful communication tools like the internet can be to your career. So it's like you don't even really need the clubs. So that's probably the biggest difference. I hope that answers your question.
No, it totally does. I mean, it speaks also to your entrepreneurial sort of side. And I mean, we know that's how you started this out, as like an entrepreneurial venture. Well, why don't we end this with a little bit of self-promotion, and why don't you tell people where they can find out more about you?
Definitely, yeah. I have a really big tour coming up this September. I'm playing, I'm mostly in the southwest of the U.S. and doing a whole bunch of colleges over the course of a few weeks. But you'll find out more about that at my website, maxgoldbergonline.com. And if you go there, jump on the mailing list and follow me on Facebook and Twitter and check me out on YouTube. It's weird, like, listing all of the things, but I really do legitimately offer different things on all of those platforms. So, maxgoldbergonline.com, and it's really good talking to you guys.
Thanks so much, Max.